So I'm just getting ready to pack this guy up for it's going to a new home, hopefully a good home. But I just kind of want to give my thoughts about it, this Emax 250 before it heads off. I'm expecting to get a newer version of this really soon, so I'm gonna tell you a little bit about this and why it's been a good quad for the last. I've had it since September 2014, and it's pretty much using all the stock components that came with the kit, and it's been really strong. I haven't had to replace an arm or any of the plates, and it's had a few good crashes, and it still has held up really well. The arms are super thick. I think they're like 4 millimeters thick, which is a lot thicker than like the ZMR 250 stock ones. And I like the fact that I can fly 6-inch propellers on it stock without having to upgrade the arms. A couple mods that I did to mine to make it a little, to improve the performance or improve it a little bit is I don't like mounting my battery to the top of the quad like a lot of people do, because I don't think it's a good safe place when you crash, and it's not really that good for the CG that the battery is a lot higher. So I did a special mount where my board is kind of more low profile. I did a custom 90-degree pinouts, and then I shortened the receiver output cables so everything kind of lays flat there. That way I can stick a battery in the inside here. It sits on the inside here, and everything's self-contained now. And another good thing about this too, I can get my video transmitter on top and high above everything else, so I get really optimal range on this, because this is a carbon fiber frame. A lot of people mount their video transmitters at the back here, and it tends to get blocked by the battery if it's up here, or by the carbon fiber plate. So it's a good idea to have the video transmitter as high as possible. Another mod that you can see here, hopefully it's bright enough, but let's see if I can make it brighter. Oops, there. Another mod that I've done here is I've mounted my board cam, or it's the Run Cam Sky, to the top here. I've had to cut a hole for it to mount it here, and it also allows me to mount it at an angle. But inside, what I ended up doing is I fly with a Mobius camera, or I'm using a Run Cam actually now. Inside I have this Velcro that kind of protects all the wires and stuff. You can see here there is a camera mount. So it keeps the Mobius protected, and it has a slight foam that gives it a little bit of angle. There's a Velcro strap that keeps it in place. I like that because, killing GoPros and Mobius gets really expensive. Board cams are a bit cheaper, so I prefer to protect that as much as possible. So I mount my Mobius inside here. The other construction difference is on mine. I'm using a wrap style mount, where the ESC and I have the LEDs wired. When I put this together, I direct wire the motor to the ESC, and then I direct wire an LED to the positive and negative of the quad, so that way I get everything in one clean wiring setup, and then I just shrink wrap the whole thing to the frame. I like this because initially I used to have my ESCs mounted on the inside of the frame, which is great because it's protected, but I find it's better out here because the ESCs stay cooler, and then if you should have to change a motor or do some sort of maintenance, it's much easier to access than having them tucked inside and having to remove a bunch of screws to get at it. Also, this frame doesn't have a power distribution board. I wish they did, so I've had to make my own kind of custom harness, but I guess there's a newer style coming out that I know that has a lot more integration, so I'm looking forward to getting that one to try it. Other than that, all I can say is this has been actually a really good quad, given the amount of flight time I put on it. I love flying it with the 6x4.5 props on 3S, seems to be pretty good. I've never got it on a 4S setup. I'm looking forward to my next one on a 4S setup, but the stock ESCs doesn't handle, these are the Simon, Emax Simon 12 amps, wouldn't really handle 4S. So I'm waiting to upgrade to another model that's 4S capable. But overall, it's not a bad ship. I had a lot of fun with this. and I hope Samuel, the guy that got this quad, is going to enjoy it too. It's a great starter quad. It's been pretty much low maintenance. The only time I've ever had to replace anything is I had to replace a motor and an ESC once, because I hit pretty hard on one of the motors, and it tweaked the shaft, so it was kind of vibrating a lot, and then the motor kind of was stopped while it was spinning, or it was still kind of, you know, you've seen it when it's still electricity going through and it's kind of pulsing, and it caused to fry one of the ESCs. So that's the only thing I had to do, was replace one ESC and one motor, and in about 6 months of use. And if you see some of my videos, I've flown a bunch of different places with this thing, and it's served me well. So I'm looking forward to the new Pro model coming out soon. I hope I'll get my hands on one. I'll show you what that one's all about. All right, signing out. See you guys.